Goals, good play, pushing safety down the chain.
What's outrageous?
Unsafe wages.
What's outrageous?
Unsafe wages. Goals, good play, pushing safety down the chain. You're to blame, pushing safety down the chain.
What's outrageous?
Unsafe wages.
What's outrageous?
Unsafe wages.
Codes.
You're to blame, pushing safety down the chain.
And we're really here today to make sure this continuing campaign for the safe rates legislation that is supported by all politicians. We've got real concerns that the coalition has come out and said that if they were elected, the first thing they'll do is have an urgent review of the Road Safety Remuneration Tribunal. That is a concern for us, and not only for us, it should be for all the community out there, all road users. It's false information that Coles put out. It's very clear. We know, we talk to the transport companies that are under that much pressure to reduce rates where they can't even afford to use their own employees to do it. They've got to subcontracted out to cheaper operators, and that is having a real effect on our industry.
What Coles do is they screw the majors for the best price. They actually probably dictate to them what sort of price they're paying, and then in turn, we as subcontractors, we get screwed down, and drivers get screwed down in their wages. There's unpaid waiting time. You go to the Coles Centre, has a big crowd on the safety. Because people then tend to push themselves to try to make ends meet. So it causes a huge problem for ourselves.
Is it something you've experienced as an owner driver?
Over the years I have.
Something you think's getting worse?
Well, it's not getting any better. It probably is getting worse with our costs going up. And we've seen the drive from the driver prices down. It doesn't, what they pay in the freight rate doesn't reflect.
Have you been involved in a crash, or do you know anyone that has been that's perhaps pushed
I've been
themselves?
involved in a crash a lot of years ago. Probably woke me up a little bit. Other blokes that have been involved in crashes, I've had a mate, a couple of mates.
I think that's to do with pushing themselves longer hours and that
I
kind
know
of thing.
one definitely is.
I think the important part is really the influence Coles and Woolworths, those big retailers, having the transport industry. Nearly 1/3 of all freight carted on the roads are for Coles or Woolworths in some connection. They have just become dominant within the industry and so powerful that they are using their economic power to squeeze the industry down further and further for their own profits. And drivers are cutting back on maintenance. They're driving longer hours to meet these deadlines, and expected you either do it for cheaper or we'll find somebody else. And that's having a real crisis effect on our industry. And it's become the most dangerous industry to work in now, the transport industry, with hundreds of deaths every year and thousands of people injured in heavy vehicle related inquiries. And those inquiries have helped us to get the federal government to put this legislation in place. There was enough evidence for them to put the legislation. We're just concerned that a coalition government will take it away.
So the current legislation isn't working of the logbooks?
The current legislation for through the Road Safety Remuneration Tribunal is brand new. We've got a major court case on Thursday. It's new, it needs time to work. It won't fix it overnight, but it's a good start for the industry, not only to make our members safer on the roads, but the road share, the people, the community out there. It's a matter of companies that are paying a safe rate are no longer able to be competitive. So what these companies like Coles and them are doing, they say, you've become too dear, you're not cheap enough, we're going to go look for somebody cheaper, and they are squeezing it down lower and lower, and that's our concern, because at the end of the day.
Are these contractors?
There are many contractors that are working for these large companies, large transport companies that are contracted to Coles and Woolworths and those big retailers. Is make sure that it's here in the future to do the job that it's supposed to do. And between now and the federal election, we're getting out to all the federal politicians to make sure and find out who is supporting this legislation and who's not. Certainly, we've got our friend Yvette Darth that not only continuing her support for the Safe Roads legislation, but also we're instrumental in supporting getting it in place. So on behalf of the Transport Workers Union, Yvette,
weather, and I guess the wet weather is a reminder that safety on our roads is extremely important. And we have a problem in this country. We have a crisis in this country. I mean, hundreds of people are dying on our roads involved in crashes dealing with heavy vehicles. Just last year alone, 65 Queenslanders. People from our communities across this country. Mums, dads, husbands, wives, brothers, sisters. These people are dying on our roads in relation to heavy vehicles, and we need to do something about it. The issue of safety on our roads should be above partisan politics, and it should be above the issue of profits for major clients such as retailers. I am very proud to be part of the Federal Labor government who last year took action and introduced the Road Safety Remuneration Act and established the Road Safety Remuneration Tribunal that is in place to tackle this crisis and these safety issues. And it's already started dealing with industry stakeholders, with the trucking companies, with small and large businesses, with the Transport Workers Union, with truckies across this country to do that. But the problem is that despite all that hard work, beside truckies and community people across this country supporting the Safe Roads campaign and how important this is, we know Tony Abbott's come out and said if they get into government, they're going to review the Road Safety Remuneration Tribunal. What does that mean? Is they're going to scrap it. They're going to scrap a tribunal that has been put in place to save lives.
Shame.
And that is disgusting.
Shame.
Absolutely disgusting.
Shame.
We cannot let that happen. So I'm very proud, very proud to be here today to sign, again, a pledge. I signed the pledge to get the safe rates in the first place. I'm signing the pledge again today to say if I am re-elected, I will fight to maintain the Road Safety Remuneration Tribunal, fight for safe rates for our truckies across this country, and we need to make sure that we cement that for the long term, that we are taking action to save lives. We've heard a lot about roads over the last few days and spending on the Bruce Highway, and that is very important. Labor is absolutely committed to improving our roads, the roads that our truckies drive on every day, and we drive as citizens. It's about all of us, not just about